Godspeed to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. Now the morning is the afternoon. We lay awake in bed. The laughs so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a Wednesday morning, 8:35 a.m. here in Central Europe, the Netherlands. Awesome. Good morning to my dear mom. I hope that you will get a positive call soon. Good morning, Stash. Lovely to see you. It's morning, and hopefully I have solved a bit of my streaming issues. So I was a bit delayed this morning because apparently my program decided it wanted an update 2 minutes before I had to go live. So I had to say, okay, we update technicalities. I probably should have checked last night, but I forgot. So yeah, good morning. Good morning, good morning. It is the 31st of July, the last day of July already. It's the time flies so quickly right now. Um, Summer is kind of on its high. It's gonna be pretty warm here today, I think. It was sunny yesterday. It seems a bit more cloudy today, so I wonder if it's gonna be thundering later. Um, we have our tea. Today's tea is a Pickwick tea. It's Pickwick tea infused fruit tea. So it's infused with strawberries. It was the last one I had back in that box of tea. So I was like, I could choose something else, but empty the box is nice. It kind of helps cleaning up some stash and stuff. So yeah, I decided for the strawberry tea. And strawberries are summer related fruits, at least where I am. So, you know, it kind of made sense. And the question on the tab today, I don't know. It said, what is the word of the year? So is there some word that you hear more often than others this year? And honestly, I have no clue. I have no answer for you. But if there is a word you feel that you hear more this year than you have heard other years, please let me know either here in the chat or in the comments down below if you're watching this restream, like if you're watching it after the live. So rewatching the live. And thank you to anyone who's here right now and to those that's going to rewatch it later. But yeah, cheers. It's still a little warm, um, but I did prep a bit before. These morning lives, we tend to crochet and of course, I have my firefly sweater still laying and waiting to be crocheted on. And I hope to be able to do 2 rows on that. I have the front piece ready already. and we're making the back piece right now, and then eventually we'll have to look into arms. But back piece won't be ready until sometime in August. Um, Timing schedules, I guess. And last week the timing didn't work out at all. So I had to skip the live, which I'm a bit sad about because I do kind of enjoy hanging out with you, even if it's sometimes just for half an hour this mornings. Um, so basically, these are going to be 2 rows of double crochets that we are going to reach. And I do apologize if I made some funky sounds with my mic because the project ended up touching the mic. What are you working on, ladies and gentlemen? But here I am starting all my double crochets on my firefly sweater. So I didn't progress on the firefly sweater last week because we all agreed that I should just work on this during these morning lives, or at least I agreed with myself that is when I work on this project. Um, so it's just been waiting for me to go live and hang out with you guys. And there is about, I do believe it's 90 stitches across, and you work it sideways, and it's very simple because it's only double crochets, which is why it's perfect for these morning lives, because obviously being just all double crochets, I don't need to think much. I just need to insert my hook in the stitch. No, well, wrong. I need to yarn over, insert my hook in the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 3 loops, right? So it's what I call mindless. Definitely. And a part of me is still thinking, what am I gonna do in the future? Because also another thing that's coming closer is the fact that I will soon be out of a job. So I need to go look for a new one. But I don't really know what I want to do. Well, I guess it's a bit funny. I did enjoy my job until they fucked up the latest release. And then it's been so stressful ever since. Everybody's so frustrated. It's just not enjoyable. So in the sense of, I'm pretty happy it's onto a new adventure. But I am undecided as to whether I go back being freelancing full time, which I've done before. Well, income wise, that's not full time, but it does give a lot of freedom to do stuff. Or if I may go back, find a job. Um, I do have the rights for a couple of months of unemployment benefits, which I definitely won't say no to, unless I find the perfect job before then. So, what I've decided to do for those that's kind of following my job situation is that I am looking, not always daily, but at least a couple of times a week, to see if the perfect job that fits, that the job description. So there are plenty of jobs to be had. Please don't misunderstand me. Plenty of jobs to be had, but I'm looking for the perfect job description, and I can't tell you exactly what that is. But if it's there, I will apply for it. And if it's not there, then I'm not in a hurry to get it, because if I do end up with a job that I don't like, then if I want to have rights and unemployment benefits, I need to get laid off. I can't get unemployment benefits if I quit. And then it might seem more logic to actually wait for the perfect job description. And until then, yeah, spend time wisely, so to say. Like, it kind of postpones the time, because if I like if the job, like if the unemployment benefits runs out, which it will after like 3 months, then I'm left with quote unquote nothing. I'm left with my small freelance business, which I've had for like 15 years. No, 14 to be more exact. Um, and that's okay in the sense of, but then when I quit, I'm still left with nothing. So, you know, after that, I can consider taking the less interesting jobs. That's at least my point of perspective. Um, Maybe also because I'm in the position where I don't need to take any job, I can be a little bit more selective about what I want to do. I want to do something I think is interesting, something I enjoy. Because honestly, when we do work, even if it's part time or full time, it doesn't really matter. We spend our time on it and we have to enjoy what we're doing. So no matter what you're doing, you need to enjoy it. Just like right now, I enjoy crocheting and hanging out with you guys. Um, I really do. I really do. It is silent this morning, and we aren't that many on. And I do know why, because it's early. Here in Europe, people are heading to work. In the US, people are heading to sleep, unless they are night ravens or evening shifters. Um, and I think in Australia, they are either still at work or slowly getting back from work, but then they might have to prepare for some dinner, picking up kids or whatever. Um, yeah, but yeah, so not much going on further than that. Looking forward for some well-deserved vacation, which will be soon. Then, of course, I have more plans for the channel. So I might actually just see if I can do that for a bit while waiting for the perfect job. I might create some more content that I have more time to do because of that. But what I also want to do, I have so many things that I need to go through and basically clean up slash clean out. Um, and I really just need to take some time and go through all that. Like we have a whole cupboard of stuff, and I have the feeling it just fills up with more and more stuff, and eventually I just need to go through it. I will have time for that also. So much time. Like there are so many things I want to just plainly go through, and if it's like, am I using this? Am I not using it? Will I use it in the future? Like, is it like, did I use it within the last X years? Do I still need to keep it? Like, I can clear out some clutter as well because, you know, I have time and energy for it. But I also have a garden that's like the weeds are growing like insanely this year. I had a really nice clean garden a couple of months ago. And then we had a really kind of wet summer, which basically has meant that obviously all the weeds has been growing. And I still need to clear them out, but I'm not in the mood to go in the garden if it's wet. And when it's been dry or dry enough to do, I've been working. Like, come on. So who else clears out my weeds? Nobody do. So I have to do like stuff of that as well. But if I have to wait until I stop that, it's probably a bit late. So it's more like for next year. But I do kind of hope I have a different job next year, unless life changes. And yes, it's the perfect time to wait for the best position for me. Even so I don't need to rush into anything. Um, so theoretically, I'm financially secure until and with January 2025. Um, and I will stop working end of September unless I find a new job before then. I do have the agreement of 14 days notice that I can invoke and still get all the benefits of the unemployment contract I made, or settlement agreement I made. Um, and then I could theoretically start on a new job September 1st. But it's not it's not there yet. Um, I do have something in my sleeve that could be really interesting, and I might know more about that in a couple of weeks. Um, and I'm probably even gonna like, even if it's maybe just part time, I'm probably considering doing it because it could be really cool. But I also have a friend that has really good suggestions of something that could be really interesting for me to do. And if that's going to be the case, I might choose to do that as well. But I'm not 100% sure. That's the thing. I'm not 100% sure if that's me. And when I'm not 100% sure, I might just hold out for a little bit, because in the end I have to quit, Then I'd rather quit and nothing than, you get what I mean. And the funny thing, this whole situation um, has ended up working out in my benefit, because I was applying for vacation in January. Well, in January, I submitted my application to get this vacation in December. Yeah. So I have an event I've been to for the last 14 years in December. Last 14 years. And of course, I'm going to go again this year, because we are always going there. Why wouldn't we? It's like celebrating Christmas kind of tradition, right? So I applied to get the vacation, which is like the second week of December. And I was told I couldn't have it. It was a new rule, we couldn't have any vacation the last 5 weeks before Christmas. And I was like, okay, so you think I think this job is so important that I can't have my vacation I've done the last 15 years, which I was told wouldn't be a problem when I applied for the position in the first place. Like, as long as I announced a good time that I wanted vacation, that you said there wouldn't be a problem, and now you make a problem out of it. So back then, I talked with my partner about, okay, maybe I have to quit when we get there. Like, I'll quit in November. Having no rights on unemployment benefits, no rights on anything, but, they're just making it so difficult, all of it. And then, hallelujah, they lay me off and want to give me money for basically being laid off just a month earlier. But I don't really complain, especially not giving everything that's going on right now. I would have actively been looking for jobs, and then we were told the function would end. And then I was like, okay, Stina, if you're clever, you'll hold out for a bit, because why not accept some free cash from the company and a couple of months, in worst case, on unemployment benefits until you find the next perfect thing. So, yeah. Hello, Susanna. Nice to see you, and thank you for the like and thumbprint. Oh no, still recovering. But I hope you do feel some improvement after your carpal tunnel surgery. But thank you for peeking in. Thank you for peeking in. Rest well, and I wish you a very, very speedy and well recovery. Definitely. Good morning, Amanda. Wonderful to see you here. I wonder where Nightbot is. Nightbot should be here, but Nightbot doesn't seem very chatty today at all. I wonder. But Nightbot should be here. I'm almost done with this row, and then we can turn. But I do wonder, Nightbot should be here, actually. Nightbot should be here. Let's see if it recognizes my weather command. We can all see. I don't blame you, Amanda. I would normally sleep at this time too, like back in the days. Well, maybe I wouldn't sleep, but I would be close to shower and stuff like that. But um, usually these days, especially with this job, um, I'm afraid of sleeping over because I have a really big sleeping heart, and I am becoming more and more of a night person. Um, I intentionally actually get up before my partner, because if I do get up before my partner, then I know I'm awake and I know he needs to get sorry. I know he needs to shower at a certain time. And if he's not, then I can still reach the shower if I go to shower after him. But it's kind of like my extra alarm, if that makes sense. Like, I have like two extra alarms in a human being. So I need to kind of shower before he needs to get into job, before he has to go to work because he has to leave the house. I work from home. Um, and if he doesn't, like if I don't get in shower before then he will also like wake me up before he actually leaves to work, and I can still reach the shower and go and work on time. So that's the only reason actually I get up early. Yes, I'm watching out Olympics. And yeah, it's things worked out perfectly, Stage. Definitely. Um, they have. Ironically enough, things have worked out. Given the situation. The only thing is, I still have a month and a half to go, and I feel that I'm doing things that I normally wouldn't do, but no fear. I have a bunch of meetings, and the Romanian department isn't too happy about it, and I need them for the Dutch, and the Dutch are paying me for it. So I basically told the team leads in, in Romania, be happy when I'm there, and I'm not going to schedule it with you because the worst thing you can do is fire me, and you have already done that. So, hey. I'm just totally chill doing my stuff. If they complain about me being too slow doing things, I'm like, optional is I turn in sick. You can fire me. You have already done it. It doesn't really matter. And they aren't hiring a replacement for me either. So hey, get used to it. But yes, I am definitely watching Olympics. I actually even I took an extra subscription on HBO Max to watch Olympics. I did because the interesting stuff they sent out on the Olympics is not on the sender in Denmark that I have free access to. And of course, we also have some Dutch senders, but it's more like a big compilation. And Amanda, by the way, you had two shooters winning medals for Sweden, and the silver medalist on the 10-meter air rifle men, which is Lindgren. Victor Lindgren. I know him. Like, he's been competing in Luxembourg. Um, I might probably even have made his earplugs. Fun fact. So yes, the world is very small. Um, the world is very small, but I do know a few of them. Yes. So he did really awesome. That's really cool. Um, so yeah, I've been watching some, but most of it is being broadcast when I'm at work, and then I need to catch up in the evening, and I need to make choices. But yeah, I have a month to rewatch it, I guess, in worst case. Um, but that's okay. And also, the English commentator on the Eurosport for the shooting events is a really good friend of mine. And he's actually the guy that hinted me to maybe there is a job opening somewhere. So I need to talk with Rory. Rory is a good friend of mine. So who knows? Maybe things end up working out amazingly well. One thing is for sure, I'm positive. I believe there is always a good reason for things happening. Yeah, definitely. I have started the second row on the firefly sweater, so we are not far, but I am crocheting away. Yeah, highlights these days of the Olympics. There are many. For me, it's kind of scary catching up on the events I usually compete in, listening and seeing. Like the gold medalist was 16 years old, the silver medalist list was 17 years old, and the bronze medalist 21 years old. And I'm like, but I did that not too far ago. Like, it's not long ago at all. Do miss it. Do miss it. But the thing is, I'm not sure if I miss the competition part. Like, I don't miss all training all that much. And I do miss competing to some extent, but I actually miss the environment more. Like all the people and just being in the environment. And there is something special. Um, like I remember after standing disappointed after my own Olympic event. I was standing and watching the medal ceremony, and I had been asking myself, why am I doing this? And I'm like, that's why am I doing this? Um, and people forget one thing, because people are really quick at judging people going to the Olympics. But it's an event, it occurs once every 4 years. And once every 4 years, a small select group of people, which equals about 10,000, maybe 10,500 athletes, gets to go. And that's divided across all sports, not just 10,000 shooters or 10,000 cyclists or swimmers or whatever. It's across all of the events, and there is a lot of events. They do have some quota places going to countries either not having a lot of athletes, etc., because that is a part of the Olympic spirit. Like everybody needs to be able to participate and so on. Um, but there is also having to be a limitation set in because, you know, not everybody can go because, there's only so much space and room, etc., which is logic too. But those, especially from the more developed countries, regardless of this being America or Australia or countries in Europe, um, then qualifying to go to the Olympics, it takes plenty of qualifying events. People who qualified, regardless of how they perform, they are world-class athletes and they deserve to be there. And they should be proud regardless if they win the gold medal or if they end dead last, because just getting there is an achievement. Um, what crochet hook size are usually used from a projects? Well, good question. Mostly between 3 to 5 millimeters. Like for this one, it's a 4.5 millimeter. I hold two yarns together here, 4.5 millimeter hook. Um, then I do have I do have bigger hooks, but I just don't have much bulky yarn. I guess I prefer thinner yarns in general. So yeah. Yes, you did get a few surprised medals, but Amanda, I have to say regarding the shooting aspect, I don't know the trap shooter, so I can't speak for him and his performance, except obviously Sweden is loving the bronze medal. But for the young Victor Lindgren, um, I'm not too surprised because I knew if he had his day, he could probably be a contender for a medal. Or in the first case, um, you have to be in shape to make the top 8 for the final. And the thing is, especially with air rifle shooting, maybe 20 people at the Olympics could win a gold medal. They are all that good. And for that sense, also silver and bronze. So, but yeah, so I mainly use the thinner yarns. That is kind of my conclusion. And I don't actually know why. Um, but yeah, so here it's a 4.5 millimeter. I guess it's also related to me, and I do really enjoy making shawls. And bulky yarn doesn't seem as accessible here in Europe as it does in the States. Or those bulky yarns are so much more expensive that one can wonder if it makes sense. Like, the benefit of these thinner yarns is also that, usually you buy yarn by skeins or balls, and that size is often defined pretty clearly, like 25 grams, 50 grams, 100 grams, 150 grams, etc., right? Or the cakes even, for that matter. And with thinner yarns, you get more yardage, which means much more longer pleasure to enjoy. Of course, the downside is projects don't work up as quickly, because I do believe it was the Hobby Amigo Giga, which I made some hats of, and those worked up swift. So I definitely don't mind thicker ones. I just don't have much of it. I do have some scrap yarns where I was thinking I could hold them together because then I could crochet hook upsize a bit and make hats out of it. It's just like some older acrylic yarns which I don't know what to use with, but it's just scraps and no further plans. So that would maybe make sense actually to do it like that. Just like I hold two yarns together right now. And I love the transition of colors here. Definitely do. Because you feel it's green and then you feel it's light blue and then you feel it's teal. Let's see if I can. That's the downside of this camera. I don't know. Maybe I need to put up the lights a bit. See if this works. It's showing better on my phone, but my phone simply doesn't have the capacity currently to play my main camera, and I need a new phone too. But I'm waiting for the next release, so that's gonna be a couple of months still. But it was worth a try. But nope, nope, nope. I'm about halfway on the second row. And then, yeah. I also need to look for some projects I can bring with me on the go, because I'm soon not going to be home for a week. I have a few ideas. I do have a few ideas. I just need to execute. But that's, by the way, with many things, needing to execute. Good morning, Camilla Bell. Wonderful to see you. And thank you. Well, it's definitely first going to be done sometime this autumn. And then my next curious question is if I fit it. But that's a worry for when we get there. But I love how it works up these two colors. Like, and that's the thing. And they are really not as good on the camera. The camera makes them a slight ever so more diluted. They are a slightly bit more green and blue, but they are pastel colored. That would be correct way of saying it. They are pastel colored. And I need to block it as well before being done. So I need to block. I need to check how that goes with the sleeves, but I definitely need to block the front and back panel. And the tea, as mentioned earlier today, is my Pickwick infused strawberry tea. So it's very summery and friendly. The sun is shining outside now. It was grey when we started the stream, but it is shining now. And currently it's about 20 degrees, which is like 68 degrees Fahrenheit for those in the US. And I do believe they have promised towards 30 today, which is like 85, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. So for Dutch terms, it's getting pretty hot today. Yes, they are producing a most gorgeous light teal. I really enjoy this, and I hope to be able to wear it this winter, like when I stream or do other stuff. But right now it's kind of too warm to wear most of my pieces. Like I made the Oasis cardigan. I'm still debating. I still think I might want to add a front panel, so I'm kind of looking out for them to put the baby merino back on sale, and then I might have to do a yarn haul and see what they have of goodies when that goes on sleeve. Long sleeves, and a little bit wide sleeves, I believe, but definitely long sleeves. It was meant to be a crop length sweater, but I also increased the sweater length so it at least gets reasonably close to my belt for the pants, because I'm not really a crop top type of person. So I did that as well. So I've more fetched inspiration of the pattern, and then I've basically been adapting to fitting my own desires or preferences, so to say. We are getting into the last like 20 double crochet stitches of these 2 rounds I tend to do in the morning, and yeah, then I slowly have to start get ready for work. As long as it's still there, I better be present. Um, and that's just how it is. The eternal drill, because I did not win the lottery. So about 3 weeks ago, so we have like a national lottery where you can like buy lottery tickets. So it's not like lotto when you pick numbers. This is like a lottery ticket, and it's run by the government. And the lottery ticket was bought in my local supermarket, just yielded €1 million. And no, I did not win, nor did my partner, nor did my mom-in-law. So nope, no chance of retiring anytime soon, because there was no lottery ticket with 1 million to me. That would have been nice though. I would have had no clue what to do with €1 million. Except probably not work, just figuring out how to invest it and then enjoy life. Because that could have kept me happy for quite a while. Um, but I probably also would never win, because I actually don't really play these lotteries. It's too much chance and too little chance of winning, too much chance of just playing, which cost money. So the logic to me says I'm probably better off by not playing. And the another thing is, when the price just dropped here, means that what's the likelihood it will drop again anytime soon? Statistically seen. Where the non-statistical people might think, oh, now I need to buy lottery tickets right there. But it doesn't work like that. Statistically seen, it's not going to happen again anytime soon. So yeah, that was last stitch of these 2 rows. So we are, how far are we actually? We have done 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 rows. I need another 6 rows, and then the back panel is finished. This is where we are at. I am working at this end. I'm just having to pull a little bit more yarn. Working at this end. This is where we start. So working at this end, you can see the decreases and increases for the neck piece. I have a stitch marker here in the center, and I need to add another 6 rows here, and the back piece is done. And that is so simple. It's just back, forth, double crochets. Mindless. Mindless. My stomach says I'm hungry. Breakfast time. Just a few bits before I start working. Can you give us a shopping trip tour of a popular tourist site video? Um, I'm not sure what you mean. If you just want the like like a vacation trip, I assume related to yarn, or I do want to, like, that's the thing that I would definitely also have more time for, is to visit some of the stores here to do shop and go videos, or sometimes you might not shop but you still see what's in the stores. I definitely will have more time to do that from the end of September. So that's going to be a couple of more months. Right now, I basically only have the time to go there on Saturdays, and on Saturdays it's usually just so crowded you can't record decently. Um, but I definitely have plans on that. I know there are people that wants to see photos from the vacation, others probably not so much. Um, I might see if I can, if I bump into a yarn store there, I might do some small stuff, see what they have. I don't know. We will have to see, because I'm there with the family and they might not be too keen on me having to spend time on doing stuff like that. So um, we will have to see. If I find something amazing, I'll definitely do. And if I don't, then I don't. Um, but what I also want to do, I do have some ideas for shopping. um, I might consider do. It could also be that I'll do a live and we'll shop together. Who knows? Um, though it's more fun to watch the hauls, I guess. We'll have to see. Not really. I'm a bit undecided, but I have plenty of ideas. I still also need to consider what comes in, what comes out of the pockets when we get there. But I think that's pretty much for this. I finished the 2 rows today, which is perfect. I have a feeling I won't be finished with the sweater before I get more freedom, but then we'll do some more lives. And I can hang out with you guys for longer because, hey, I don't have to start working. But I will definitely have more time to do much more interesting stuff because I'll have some more freedom to do so um, in the future. So, yeah, stay tuned. Unless, of course, before then I get the perfect job. So, this is with the disclaimer. If I do not get the perfect job before then, yes, then I will take you guys on some more tours, definitely. Um, absolutely. And we'll probably also have some more lives. That will be during daytime here in Central Europe, because that will be when I have the most time to do so. Might have some more time to make some more tutorials and so on as well. Yeah, I think that's gonna end this live because unfortunately I have to start work in less than 14 minutes, and I do have to do a few things before I can actually check into work. Um, thank you for hanging around with me. Thank you for rewatching this live if you're rewatching it. I very much appreciate you doing so. I appreciate for everyone that hanged out and had the time to ask me a few questions. Wishing you all an amazing day, an amazing night, an amazing whatever lays ahead of you. Um, yeah, take care and happy crafting until see you guys again. And Friday, I'll be back with a new yarn talk video, of course. Bye.